Hobbs Shaw. Well. Just what in the fresh turkey hell are we dealing with here?
Wanna tell me just what in the fresh turkey hell we're dealing with here?
I'm Cringe Conrad, and in this Fast and Furious series spin-off, The Rock joins forces with Jason Statham to save the world from a cybernetically enhanced Idris Elba. The movie begins with a group of soldier boys working on securing an asset, but Idris shows up and informs them he's playing the
bad guy,
whose cybernetics let him data mine for Dogecoin, deflect bullets, and whack doors really freaking hard. Anyway, the last remaining soldier escapes after she injects herself with the asset, which turns out to be some sort of high-tech virus. However, Idris vows to claim it for himself while musing about,
who's gonna stop me?
Cut to Dwayne "The Rock Hard" Johnson and Jason Statham eating lots and lots of eggs. They then embark on montages to prepare their bodies for the battle ahead. Well, except for The Rock, who downs 2 shots of well water and then shatters the glass on the ground. Bro, aren't you talking about running for president? I think you owe us an explanation for your behavior.
I'm what you call an ice-cold can of whoop-ass.
Before long, CIA lackey Ryan Reynolds arrives and explains that the CT-17 virus, also known as Snowflake, is what everyone's after because it liquefies the internal organs of the infected, creating human soup. The Rock's response is to flex his knowledge of Game of Thrones, but he doesn't realize it's a trap.
It's a trap! He knows nothing, Jon Snow. I've never heard of it.
Lannister always pays his debts.
Oh my God!
And in case you weren't following, Reynolds and his team spell out the stakes to make sure everyone's up to speed.
It's the fate of the world here.
It's the fate of the world.
The planet's population is in their hands.
Serious stuff.
With this in mind, Statham and The Rock join forces and get to work formulating a plan to save the world.
No, I'm not working with this guy. I've been there, done that. Tell your mom I said hi. Actually, I'll tell her myself. Don't you ever talk about my mother, I'll put your head through that wall. I'll have this job done while you're still putting on your baby oil. Good luck, Slick. What you gonna do now? Throw a bit of furniture?
Afterward, Statham bails and The Rock starts making friends with his new co-workers.
I want you to pull up every CCTV camera around Central London.
We already have 24 agents scouring.
Don't you talk back to me, Opie.
Then his daughter tries to get him to do his famous eyebrow move.
That thing that you do.
What thing? I don't do that.
Yes, you do.
No, I definitely don't do that. I don't even know what you're doing.
Aw, come on, man. If you're gonna run for president, you gotta give us the eyebrow. Anyway, the good guys capture the woman who's embedded the virus capsules in her skin, but The Rock's having trouble wrangling her down. Then Statham steps in and drops a plot bombshell.
That is my sister.
Bullshit. She's too good looking to be your sister.
But before they work it out, Idris installs an OS update into his butt cheeks and then assaults the good guy HQ with his souped-up squad of goons. Initially, they're able to kidnap the girl, but they run into a problem when The Rock dives out of a window and uses their bodies as a trampoline. However, when it comes time to throw fists, the duo has nothing to offer the cyborg.
Now I take you to school, son.
But they're able to escape with the girl thanks to a well-timed distraction. An amazing chase scene ensues that includes some incredible acrobatics and culminates with a really creative maneuver that lands Idris on his ass, providing the good guys with a moment of reprieve from what's becoming a very effective villain. Soon after, the good guys capture the scientist that developed the virus, who explains that he meant for it to be a carrier for rapidly spreading vaccines. But the bad guys reprogrammed it into Snowflake to kill off the weak and create a society of cybernetic humans. He also explains that in order to remove the virus capsules from Statham's sister, they'll need to break into the Russian lab where the virus was created. But it's heavily guarded and likely to result in death. Undeterred, Statham sets the squad up with alternate identities to cover their tracks on the flight to Moscow. And everything goes smoothly until the alias given to The Rock gets him pinched for being a troll.
And you're Michael Oxmall.
Mike Coxmall.
I go by Michael.
Stop right there, criminal scum!
It's Mike Oxmall. Hands on your head, Oxmall.
However, Mike Oxmall works his magic to slip onto the plane anyway, which arouses Statham's sister. And Statham's not just gonna let that slide, so the beefed up alpha dogs address the mojo in the air.
The next thing you know, they're trying to impregnate your sister. Oh, what? Now I get it. You do? Good. I'm glad. Yeah, glad. I'm very glad. So you think I'm going through all of this just so I can do the horizontal hula sexy time with your sister? I see what you're doing. What do you think I'm stupid? No, hey, cut it out. Both of y'all cut it out. I get it, we all big guys. The three of us, alphas. Abracadabra, bitches. You're looking at the magic. I know the game. What are you doing? What do you mean, what am I doing? Don't talk like that. You sound different. That's not your voice. Use your regular voice. Guys, I know the game. What you throwing up on bitch, big fella? 340 pounds? Little less. Yeah, light work.
Anyway, the team decides the easiest way into the lab is to allow Statham's sister to be captured, then parachute in once the bad guys have revealed the location. Which works out great, as they're immediately captured and electrocuted, which Idris seems to be enjoying a little too much. And it looks like the good guys are gonna get zapped until random flamethrower bro! They use the distraction to escape, while the flamethrower bro does some serious work, until...
Surprise, motherfucker.
As the crew tries to escape, Statham's sister dives onto Mike Oxmall's lap, and they demonstrate some next-level flirting. But the butterflies will have to wait as Idris hops on board, beats the good guys to a pulp, and only lets them survive when an explosion blasts him aside. Unfortunately, the rough exit damaged the virus extraction machine the good guys stole, so they need a skilled mechanic to put it back together. Luckily, The Rock knows just the guy, his brother back in Samoa. And with the bad guys hot on their trail, they know they're gonna need some firepower to hold down the island. But sadly, The Rock's mother sold every firearm the family owned because
no take a real man for pull one trigger.
And when Statham seems a little worried, The Rock harnesses his inner Paul Walker to help him relax.
Not like we got a ton of resources. But the island will provide, brother.
I want to hear about this, homie.
I said forget about it, cuz.
The island will provide, brother.
Forget about it, cuz.
They booby-trap the island with the help of a montage, and the repaired machine begins extracting the virus capsules from Statham's sister. But just then, the bad guys arrive and Idris has the green light to kill. But the good guys hack their guns to force melee combat with a bunch of Samoans, which is never a good idea. After witnessing such violence, Idris snags the girl and tries to bail in his chopper, but Statham and The Rock hook their truck to it to keep it from lifting off. In fact, an increasingly comical number of cars hook themselves to one another to add more weight and keep the helicopter from escaping. The whole scene turns into a Frankenstein's monster of action elements, as explosions litter the screen, people slam down on the nitrous, and engines rev into oblivion until the entire thing flies over a cliff. Of course, everyone survives without a scratch, and a thunderstorm appears out of nowhere to set up the final showdown. So The Rock kicks off the climax with some absolutely ridiculous voice dubbing.
This is not the smell that fills your head with!
It's bullshit!
As expected, Idris hands the duo their asses for the majority of the fight. But once they figure out if they work as a team, they can actually hit him, the tides turn, and they're able to seal the deal. But when the good guys are too virtuous to kill Idris themselves, the computer he installed in his butt cheeks logs him off anyway, since he failed to finish the job. And for a finishing touch during the credits, Mike Oxmall pranks Statham back by calling the cops on him and feeding them a phony name of his own.
Police! Come out with your hands up! We know you're in there, Hugh Janus!
Police! Get on the ground, Hugh Janus!
And hey, that about does it. Hobbs and Shaw smashed at the box office like every movie does in this franchise. But it's funny, I didn't even remember I was watching a Fast and Furious movie, except for a couple moments here and there. And maybe that's a good thing, because this movie really stands on its own. The comedy between the two leads is pretty freaking sweet. and they develop the characters just enough for us to care while still leaving plenty of time for the carnage. It's a delicate dance between sentiment and chaos, and this movie hits all the right notes. Anyway, guys, I'm Cringe Conrad, and if you want to see some more highlights, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe below.